Right, we'll talk about Ipswich then, which is going to be very fun. I read somewhere that this is probably our first major test. I know we've lost home games before this season, Stoke and Birmingham, but this is probably our biggest test at home in terms of league position and opposition we're playing against. It probably is, yeah.
Yeah, they are second now, and obviously they got promoted and they've had an amazing start to the season. They made some quality signings. We've talked about them before. But yeah, they're sitting in the automatic promotion with 9 out of 11 wins, which is pretty incredible just for coming up. The best start, like, I think no team with this like well of a start have not gotten automatic promotion. I heard something like that. I saw.
Mm.
So yeah, they've had a cracking start. Yeah, obviously sitting in second right now, just below Leicester. They didn't play their Friday night game. It was postponed against Rotherham due to just rain and water clog, pitch clogged. So yeah, they
It was
haven't played in
because
two and a half.
of fan safety, just to be clear.
Fun. So yeah, they haven't played in 2.5 weeks. But yeah, they're coming down to Ashton Gate for the Wednesday night kickoff. So yeah, it should be interesting. They are very good. And yeah, like we said, if we play anything like we did against Coventry, it's not going to be a nice scoreline. But you never know, right? Like we don't know which sort of players are coming back from injury, but I reckon probably maybe Naismith. Not sure what Joe Williams is at right now, but maybe Naismith comes back into the squad. Um, but no, it should be an interesting game. I'm heading down. I'm not. You're going as well, right?
Yeah, should be there. Um, yeah, this is gonna be. I'm not sure fun is the right word. I'm excited. I'm excited for the game. I'm not very optimistic per se, but I think we've got the ability in us to get something, and we showed against Coventry we can grind out, performances and grind out results. If we get a point here, that is a bloody good result. I think, and with the fact that we've got Cardiff, we've got Sheffield Wednesday, we've got QPR in the run up. That is, this is kind of a game where you go, if we get something, then brilliant. If we don't, then fine. Target Cardiff, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR as your kind of 7 or 6 points. But this should be interesting. Should be an open game, I'd imagine, because these are two sides. Well, we know about Ipswich; they're gonna, come here and dominate the ball and try and expose us. But we're not gonna. I don't think we'll sit back either. I don't think we're just gonna go and be like, oh, it's Ipswich. It's all sit back. I don't think it's Leicester away or Leeds away difficult. I think it's we're at home. It's going to be a pretty full or fairly packed Ashton Gate. So you know fairly noisy crowd. So hopefully we go there and definitely try and get something. I think we can. I think we definitely can. What do you think the team's going to be? What do you think the team expect? Because there's a lot of as I said, uncertainties in terms of what we kind of are hoping for.
Yeah. Well, formation-wise, Pearson doesn't have to match Ipswich because if we stay with the 4-2-3-1, that is what Ipswich plays as well. So yeah, probably gonna put Pring. If Naismith comes back, like you said earlier, Naismith and Dickey, and then interesting thing is to see if we put Taylor Gardner-Hickman in the middle again. Um, we might do. I reckon, considering Sykes' performance, we probably will do. And then have Sykes at right back and Taylor Gardner and Matty. No, we would. No, to be fair, if Naismith is back, then we could put Taylor Gardner-Hickman at right back, considering then we can put Andy King and Matty James as like the DMs. But if Naismith is out, I reckon we'd have a similar formation as we did when we took Knight on, when we brought Knight on. So then we could then play Sam Bell, Tommy Conway, Mark Sykes, and then Knight there. But then Vyman would drop to the bench. But it depends. Yeah, obviously depends on injuries. But yeah.
So I'd agree. I'd go with the back four. Max in goal, Dickey centre back alongside probably maybe Cam Pring, maybe Andy King. if Naismith isn't back, probably Andy King. And then left back, Campering. Right back, I'd go with. It's a very hard one. I'd go with Sykes. And then midfield, Taylor Hickman, Matty James, and Jason Knight. So that's your midfield there. And maybe Andy Weimann in the 10 position. Maybe just allowing him that little bit of space. And then up top, Tommy Conway, Sam Bell off the left. Ooh, oh we go. I need someone on the right, don't I? This is good. Harry Cornick.
Or did we put Weimann on the left then yesterday? Because when we brought Knight on, then we had Matty James, Taylor Hickman, Knight in the 10, Tommy Conway up front, and then wasn't it Sam Bell on the left and then Weimann on the right, or Sam Bell on the right and then?
It was Sam Bell on the left.
So then Weimann was on the right then, no?
Weimann was on the right, yeah.
Yeah.
Could blame that. I mean, what have I missed someone or something? What? Wait. So I'm going Max in goal, Pring, King, Dickey, Sykes, back four. Yeah. Midfield, I'm going Matty James, Jason Knight, and Taylor Hickman. That's my midfield three. And then up top, Tommy Conway, Sam Bell. There's no Mark Sykes. He's playing right back.
So it have to be Weimann. So this is what we played in the, or we put Harry Cornick there, but
no, but I put Weimann in midfield.
No, you didn't. You put Knight, James, and Taylor Hickman.
Knight. Oh yeah, you're right. Bloody hell. I can't. I've already lost my memory. Okay, yeah, Weimann, either Weimann or Cornick on the right then.
Because, well, Tommy Conway played 66 minutes, so he slowly brought it up. I reckon he could play to probably the 80th minute, maybe. But if we want him for Saturday as well, probably might be around 70 or something like that. But yeah, Yeboah came on as well, actually, during the game.
He was good, to be fair. Yeboah. He
got the yellow card.
He made one bad challenge, which was a yellow card, definitely. But apart from that, I thought it was okay. And again, showed a kind of physical presence, which you expect now from Yeboah. Yeah, I'd go with Weimann, Bell, Conway up top, and TGH and James and I can't remember the Knight in midfield, and then the back four, and then Max in goal. I think that's the team I'd go for. I think that's probably our strongest team we can put out now, considering that Naismith is not going to be fit, which hopefully he is, because if he is, then that's a massive boost. Because then,
we can actually play a right back at right back.
Because I love Andy King, but he can then drop out, can't he? And then we can kind of move pieces around a little bit more, a little bit more flexibility.
So would you put, if Naismith was there, would you still put Sykes right back and then just drop Andy King to the bench, or would you put Andy King at the CDM?
Who you go and play midfield?
Matty James, Taylor Hickman, and then
Knight.
Knight, and then
we got
Sykes right back.
Yeah, I'd still keep Sykes right back. I wouldn't play King in midfield. I don't think that would work. Not against Ipswich, I don't think. Because they've got Morsey and Luongo, who are just going to dictate everything if we play Andy King in midfield. I'm afraid, because we don't have. If we have Knight in there, I think we've got the dynamism to go at them. But if they go with Luongo and Morsey, which we think they will, and we play Andy King in midfield, because we already got Matty James in there, who, as much as we love Matty James, is not the quickest, he's not the most dynamic. Taylor Hickman is to a certain extent, and Jason Knight definitely is. So hopefully, I just don't think playing Andy King in this one in midfield is probably right. If we're playing on, I know we're playing Sheffield Wednesday in a few weeks. I think we can afford to play King in midfield against them. I think that will work. But just don't think against Ipswich that would work, because they've got too much quality in that midfield area to kind of not dictate and play with us a little bit. I think score predictions then. Go on.
I'll go for my score prediction. Just looking at that form, all I see is green. one loss in 14 games in all competitions with 11 wins. And yeah, well, yeah, they lost against Leeds,
and
but
that
that's
one loss,
yeah.
that one loss was against a Leeds side with Sinistera, Rutter, Pirro, Gnotto, and no, that's it, and Ampadu as well. So some bloody good players in
Yeah.
That Leeds front line. And they
It's
still
gonna
scored three.
yeah, exactly. It was a tight game. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. I mean, we looked at these next 5 games. I actually did say a win for Coventry. So got that 3 points. I did then look at a loss towards Ipswich, and even though they haven't played for 2.5 weeks, looking at their squad and our injuries, it's not going to be easy. I don't know realistically how much we're going to turn around our performance. I think we could snatch a point here, but I'm going to go with my heart and, well, no, with my head, I'd say. I'm going to say, just considering the lack of attacking threat that we had, to be fair, yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-1 loss, I'd say. I think it'll be tight, but also not. I think that they'll dominate, but we'll maybe like sort of a Leeds type game where we kind of get dominated, but we're still like within the game. But I also think we could snatch a point. There's always a chance, but I don't see us winning this, to be honest.
We've not talked about the elephant in the room, have we? That's Mark Ashton. I think it's better if we don't. We'll call this the West Burns derby, not the Mark Ashton derby, because we love West Burns, don't we? Good, great player for us. Kind of the one that got away. I'd say. Yeah, forget Mark Ashton for a little bit. West Burns derby, not the Mark Ashton derby. This is going to be very tough. I do think we get something. I don't think we win. I think we get something. I'll go for a 1-1, maybe a 1-1 or a 2-2. Could be something a bit of a high scoring one to a certain extent. I think it could be something like that. I'll go 1-1. I think it'll be tight. I think it will be very tight. I think the game will be won and lost in the penalty boxes to a certain extent. And despite Ipswich's really good play and all that, and the style of play, I think we are pretty good defensively. So hopefully that kind of translates as well. I'll go 1-1. I think that's optimistic, and hopefully Ipswich not playing for as you mentioned 2.5 weeks. Hopefully that plays in our favour a little bit as well. Do you want to say something?
Yeah. What was I going to say now? Yeah, I do think we can pick up a point, but if we do get a result out of this, I feel like in the next 3 games this could be massive, and I think we could get minimum 7 points out of the next 3 games after that. Because if you look at it, 7-side derby, and then we got QPR and Sheffield Wednesday, which we look at that we have to win, but those always don't happen. But we could get on a little run here before the next international break. I do believe there's always
and we've got some bloody tough fixtures after the international break.
Yeah. Which will not be easy. But yeah, Ipswich, I'm going to say a narrow loss, but it could also be a 1-1 and 2-2, like you said. And they do have some quality players. They got Williams, Brandon Williams from Man United.
Yeah.
The back line who's good as well, and he's scored a couple goals already. So it could be a threat. But yeah, for Ipswich, yeah, we'll see. I'll be down there. I'm excited. Hopefully a win. But yeah, we'll see.
I don't think they've lost away in like a year. And they've already played Southampton away, which is already, tough. And they've won 1-0 as well. So, bloody hell. Yeah, I've just played myself down a little bit. I'll still go for the 1-1. I think we can definitely get something because I think we are good enough to do that.